Here we go. KSYM, San Antonio College Radio. This is the Urban Suite D Major, Cheryl Metal. And joining us for our first open mic session this evening, we are so happy to have Elmo Ramos in the studio with us. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great.
So, we were lucky enough to run into you at
the Cheap Trick concert.
Yes.
Majestic.
Great show, by
Shouts
the way.
out to Star.
Yes,
Thank you
shouts
for
out to Star.
that was my birthday present.
Oh, that was.
Yeah. That was my whole birthday present from the gal who took our picture
Yes.
from Star. So shouts out to you, Star.
Yeah.
Thank you, Star.
Yeah, it was a great show too.
Oh wow.
Wonderful show. Is it the first time you've seen them perform?
No,
So-
I used to live in Chicago,
Oh, really?
and so they would play in different places there.
Okay.
Especially music festivals and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I heard him lots of times. I just hadn't heard him in 15 years.
15 years.
At least 15 years. Yeah, I don't remember exactly when was the last time I saw him, but yeah.
Wow.
So I was telling Sherry that I really was impressed with the lead singer. He hasn't lost nothing in his voice. It's still all there.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I agree. I agree. Sounds this is fresh as when he was recording beforehand. Yeah, great deal. Give us a little bit of background. How did you get started? I mean, you're immaculately dressed this evening, as always.
Well, I have many different backgrounds. I'm an actor. I'm a musician. I'm a photographer, and then I was involved in the fashion industry for a long time. I used to produce my own fashion shows.
Really?
Yes, I have a company called AB Models and Talents,
Mm-hmm.
and I was always around designers and always around gifted people in the fashion industry. So I would always, I've always been trying to be fashion forward, especially being a musician
Yeah.
and being in the public eye. I always tried to look a little different, stand out a bit from the crowd. So that's why you see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just not any look. I mean,
It's polished.
yeah, very much. So.
It's perfect.
Well, thank you.
It's so you. Like there's nobody else in the city that is you that can come close
Wow,
to being you.
that's quite a compliment from both of y'all. Thank you.
Well,
And we love it. We absolutely love it. I admire that so much.
It's so funny because I live not too far from here, so I go to HEB, and I have my hair pulled back. I have different glasses on. I have a completely different look. I go by people don't even know who I am. I mean, I know very well,
yeah.
but they don't recognize me. So
Wow.
this is the image I guess they stay with.
So, your music background, when did that begin?
Well, I started playing the guitar at like 12, 13 years old, and I would play mostly acoustic music. But in my heart, I always wanted to play the piano. I never had a piano. And everybody in my family, they all play piano. My uncles, my aunts, my grandmother, my mom. And I would ask them, can you teach me how to play? And they would all say the same thing. When you're ready, you will teach yourself.
Wow.
So I had this little fire going on in me about wanting to play piano. So finally, at 15, I acquired a piano, a cheap little piano, $200 piano. And then I was at the piano like 6 or 7, sometimes even 8 hours a day.
Really?
Every single moment that I wouldn't have to do something, be at school, whatever, I was on the piano. And within 3 months, I was writing my music. And the difference with my guitar and piano is on guitar, I'll play other people's music. But on the piano, because I was self-taught, I developed my own style, so I do nothing but original music on the piano when I perform.
Wow. Wow. To this day?
To this day, yeah.
Wonderful.
And I have like 4 hours worth of 4 sets of music, and I could probably stretch it more if I want to because my music is new age, so I don't have to stick to the 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, whatever. If I'm feeling a song, I can play a song, the same song that I normally do. In 4 minutes, I can stretch it out to 8 minutes long if I want to. If I'm feeling it,
Yeah.
But it depends on the crowd. If I'm getting feedback from them, they enjoy that song, I'll keep on playing it, and I'll put new parts to it, and I'm improvising as I play along. So,
Yeah. That's good. When you're in a groove yourself, and the crowd is right along with you. Yeah.
And we get energy off each other, and I can sense that.
Oh yeah.
I can sense the crowd, and they can sense me as well. And sometimes I go in, and I'm in a certain mood, maybe in a low mood, and I go in and I'll start playing something real soft. After a while, the mood goes away, and I start playing something a little more upbeat and stuff. But I have to get it out of the way. So it's very indicative. My music style is very indicative of how I'm feeling at the time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any requests from the audience, or is like everything comes from you and then like you said, what you put out to the world, it brings back to you, and just a total vibe
Yes.
going through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I when I perform also, like I have people there that come see me all the time. Some people, you have a group of people that always follow you around.
Right.
So I'm always asking them how's it sounding, I'll do my breaks, but get feedback from them as well, because that's very
Yes.
important.
Yeah.
And they'll give me the feedback. So, and that really gives me more energy, or gives me a direction to go to. Why don't you try playing this one? You haven't played it in a while. I think this audience will love that song, and so I'll play that.
Does it feel great to get such feedback from people who follow you for this
Oh
amount
yeah,
of time?
yes, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Mm-hmm.
Man. How did you actually begin in the fashion industry yourself? How did that come
Well,
about?
I'm a hairdresser, and I started working doing hair for fashion shows for many individuals here. They were fashion producers in San Antonio, and then I moved to Chicago, where I lived there, and I started doing the same thing in Chicago. But only this is much bigger audience, bigger everything, bigger
Right.
fashion designers, everything. And then I became very close to one of the fashion producers, and he asked me to be his assistant. So I started assisting him, and I stopped doing hair, and I started assisting him doing different things. And so when I came back to San Antonio, I started my company, and I started promoting and producing my own fashion shows. And that's how I really got into it. And so I work with a lot of designers, local designers. I work with a lot of boutiques here in San Antonio, mom and pop boutiques and stuff. So, and then I would help, I would work with the designers in establishing what looks good on this particular girl, what looks good on that particular girl. There's a reason why you don't just make a design. There has to be a particular reason why this woman has longer legs, this woman has a short torso, which might be very, very
Right.
tall.
Right.
You have to be able to give the right clothes to the right person for the right reason. So.
How difficult was it to kind of break into the fashion industry here compared to Chicago?
Oh, it's a lot easier here because in
Easier.
Chicago it's more competitive there, and it's high dollar. Everything is like pristine. Everything in the places they have them at. Here it's a little more simple. What it was back then when I first started here in San Antonio, maybe like 15, 16 years ago. It was a lot easier. There weren't that many fashion promotions. There was a few people doing it. There would be the Incarnate Word University at the end of the year. They would have their big fashion thing. That was the big thing in San Antonio back then. It still is.
Yeah.
But back then it was even bigger. They had no competitors and stuff. So that was the major one that was in San Antonio that I really enjoyed going to. And then we went to a fashion show called Fashion in La Calle, which was on Guadalupe Street, and that went on for 10 years. And a friend of mine was the promoter for that, and I would do photography for those events and stuff. And so I've always been, no matter what happens, I always wind up, following the fashion industry. They follow me. Whatever. Sometimes I go play for them.
That's wonderful.
For some of the shows. So yeah.
Oh wow. How you look at everything currently as far as this fashion industry in San Antonio goes?
It's not just San Antonio. I see that from my friends I have friends all over the country, and it's gotten the fashion among the general public has gotten very casual. People think it's casual to go, to a nightclub, with a baseball cap and T-shirt, whatever. It didn't used to be that way when and it's not that way in major cities. But I go to Austin, it's the same thing. When I go to Austin quite frequently, I love Austin. It's one of my favorite cities. I've been to Miami. Miami is a little different. It's more people there.
Yeah.
They get dressed a lot more. They care more about their looks. It is a different scene. It's a big Latin scene. It's like the mega of the Latinos. You have Latinos from El Salvador. You have people from Brazil. You have people from Portugal. They're from all over. It's amazing. It's an amazing city. Loved it there too.
Oh man. I'll tell you what, let's get into some music. Okay. Hey y'all, stay tuned. We've got more with Elmo Ramos coming up. In this block of music, we have brand new music from Brian Jackson and Masters at Work, plus our friend Tammy Michelle Simmons. But let's go ahead and get to a track from Ella Ari featuring, Ella Ari. This is High on the Internet. Keep it locked, y'all. More coming up. This is the Urban Suite KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.